Good morning, good morning. My name is Tiffany Roth and welcome to Monday Morning Motivation. Every Monday, I want to give you a message to kind of get you excited about the week and get you ready to crush this week, because guess what? You are the biggest determinant on whether you're going to have a successful week or not. And what I mean by that is whatever happens between this and this actually creates a success or a hardship in your week. Okay, so I want to talk about emotions, emotional intelligence today, because, you know, I'm a Cancer, right? So I'm a Cancer and I get real emotional about stuff. Thank God, right? I am a trained leader and I teach the course called the Mindset Makeover, because the most important tool that I get to use as an emotional being is to train my mind for success. And I want to talk to you guys about that, because I know that some of the reasons why people don't work out is because they don't feel like it. Life starts crushing down on you, like your responsibilities, your relationships, your bills, all those things start to crush down on you, and they press you into this low energy mood, and you don't feel like doing anything. Can you relate when you don't feel like doing it? Okay, so I want to tell you something about feelings. Feelings are not facts. Woo! Feelings are not facts. Feelings are interpretation of a belief that you have that triggers a certain emotion. Hello, feelings are your body's interpretation of a belief that you have that triggers a certain emotion. So you can feel a certain way about something. For example, you can feel really, really proud of yourself for eating a healthy meal. Say you go out, and this happens, and this is why a lot of times people get really confused about what's the next best step as far as fitness. Say you go out, you have a nice healthy meal, you have a salad, and you have some chicken, and you're like, I did a great job. And you're feeling happy and proud of yourself. And someone says to you, oh, but that salad is full of seed oils, and that chicken was cooked in hydrogenated oil. And then it changes your belief about the thing that you just ate, and then now you feel bad about it, right? So it's the same food, it's just what you believe about it will trigger a certain emotion, whether you're proud of yourself, hey, I did a good thing, or you're like, oh no, I made a wrong choice. So what you guys get to learn how to do is to train your mind and train your beliefs to lift you up so that you can create the emotions and the good feeling that you need to put one foot in front of the other in this thing called life and climb that mental success ladder every single day. So one of the things that I recommend that you do, I'm coaching a group called Thrive in 2025 right now. It's 2 months to set positive habits, the 5 positive habits for success and to thrive in 2025. And one of them is to cultivate your affirmations. And what I mean by that is, like, it's not just any affirmations, because some affirmations trigger negative beliefs, and then you're wondering why it's not working, right? Because if your affirmation is not set up correctly, right, you actually could be affirming something that you don't want. So you got to get yourself in the right space for having an affirmation that supports you in your growth mentally, physically, and emotionally. And then you repeat that affirmation over and over again. One of my favorite affirmations whenever I am struggling with an issue regarding finances or business expenses, and you can get yourself caught up into this whole downward spiral of not enoughness, this whole downward spiral of the pressure. So what really actually takes me, the affirmation should trigger an emotion in you that makes you feel excited. Like you're like, oh yes, like this excites me. So it's not like I want to pay off my debt. So some people, they always talk about that. That's not exciting, because it's talking about something that happened in the past. And it's not really kind of motivating you to create more in the future. So instead of saying something like that, then I say, money comes to me easily and effortlessly, because that's what I truly want, right? I want money to come to me easily and effortlessly. You guys can actually prove that fact by sending me some stars right now or sending me a donation. If you want to just support like the energy of affirmation, then give. Because guess what? A generous heart is a generous soul, and a generous soul is rich. So remember that. A generous heart is a generous soul, and a generous soul is rich. So when I say to myself, money comes to me easily and effortlessly, it triggers something that I want. I want it to be easy. So a lot of times people say, I want to work hard. I want to work hard. Do you really want to work hard? Or would you rather like it to be a lot easier for you in life, right? So when I say easily and effortlessly, it's like money is an energy. So that's an example of an affirmation that triggers something exciting. Like it gets to be easy. Like if you're walking down the street and you look down and you find $100, you're like, oh my God, you feel automatically excited, right? So you want your affirmations to put you in an energetic space of excitement. You want them to trigger the emotions like, yes, I feel so good about that. So if you guys want to learn more about this, hit me up and we can have like a one-on-one call about how to set your affirmations up for success. And that's going to be different for every person because some people want different things out of life. What floats somebody else's boat might not float your boat, right? So you got to make sure that your affirmations are really personal to what you want to create in your life, but they need to trigger a positive emotion. Now, the other thing about the affirmations is that a lot of times you say things and you don't necessarily believe it, right? You say I'm going to be the #1 fitness channel on YouTube, right? Now, I've been there already, right? But then I had a fall. And then my belief got shaken, right? My belief got shaken. So then I want to think about the how. But I didn't think about the how before. You don't think about the how. You think about the what and the who. Who is going to do it? You are going to do it. How are you going to do it? You're going to believe it. How are you going to believe it? You're going to repeat it. So if you want to be, so Tiffany, I am the #1 fitness channel on YouTube. Now, I might say it at first and be like, but I'm not. And I don't know how I'm going to do that. And how am I going to get there? And all that. And then so like, what does that do? That triggers a negative belief in you that doesn't support your affirmation, which is to affirm yourself. So how do you overcome that? How do you get yourself into a space where you can actually believe the words that are coming out of your mouth? And here is the key. Repeat it until you believe it. Woo! What? Repeat it until you believe it. That is marketing. You get to be a #1 marketing agent for yourself. You get to show up as if, right? So marketing is basically pictures, sound, right? Experiences. So like if you think about big corporations, how they market you, they bring you to an event, you're having a good time, they feed you, right? You're seeing good, good looking people. They have some stuff on the wall that like is showing you what they're all about, and then they tell you some stories that trigger your emotions. You're feeling good. Next thing you know, you believe the whole shebang, right? So this is what you get to do for yourself, you guys. You get to be the #1 marketer for your mindset. You get to program your brain for success. And it starts with telling yourself, you're amazing, you're incredible, you got this, you're #1 every single day. And then you put yourself in situations where you feel good, That means you surround yourself with people who hold you up and hold you high. You want to put visuals around about you being great so that your brain can take in that information just like it does when you're driving down the street. Everybody is competing for your attention. Marketing is people competing for your attention. So you want to make sure you are marketing to yourself. A lot of times people wake up and they get on the phone and they jump into somebody else's marketing campaign. You wake up and you get into your affirmations and you jump into your marketing campaign. You wake up and you do your affirmations. You wake up and you recite your affirmations. You wake up and you believe your affirmations until you get excited and you repeat it over and over and over again, because that's how the brain learns. The brain learns through repetition. Everything that we learned from when you were younger, from 1 + 1 is 2, from your ABCDs, from how to read, from multiplication, you learn it by repetition, repetition, repetition. Now, what you don't want to do is go over and over the things in your life that don't work. So some people spend a lot of time worrying about things that either went wrong or might go wrong. And that is an affirmation in reverse, right? It's you're actually attracting the thing that you don't want when you worry. So you don't want to worry. And that's what I love about faith. Faith is like, at least it triggers you that there is somebody out there. It's somebody out there that wants the best for you. And if you can believe that that other person, that God, that entity wants the best for you, then you can start to believe it for yourself, right? And then you don't have worry, you have faith. So just remember that, you guys, that you get to be your best advocate. And it happens with an affirmation that actually gets you excited about life, an affirmation that you repeat over and over again, that you put in your eyesight over and over, that you write, you experience over and over, that you meditate on it so that it becomes real in your world. And the more real you can make it in your world, the more real it is, because you're the only world that matters, right? It's not only matters what you believe about you, right? So as you believe and you believe and you believe, pretty soon you will manifest that you believe. And what you believe, you will achieve. And you get to see it in your mind's eye. You get to hear it in your ears. You get to experience in your heart. You get to say it with your mouth. You get to write it with your hands until this thing becomes fact for you. And what you believe, you will attract. Woo! What you believe, you will attract. So a lot of times, like even with relationships, people are like, I want somebody that has this and that and this and that and this and that. But you know what you actually get? Who you are. You attract who you are. And then sometimes as you grow, you will outgrow a relationship. You're like, I just don't really feel that person anymore. Guess what? Because your vibrations aren't matching anymore. That happens, and you got to be able to recognize it. Sometimes your vibrations won't match somebody that used to match you before. It just won't. And then you'll start to pull away and separate. Now you get to, sometimes people separate and elevate, and some people separate and descend. You get to choose. How you spend your time with you is so important. How you spend your time in your mind is so important. There is no greater endeavor than the endeavor of personal development, you guys. You got to do that work on yourself, because you will attract everything that you believe about yourself. So your job, your number one job, is to believe, repeat, achieve. Believe, repeat, achieve. So what you believe, you will repeat, and you will achieve that matching energy of that thing. Okay? So I want you guys to get in the habit of training your mind for success and overcoming negative emotions because they don't serve you. So whenever you're in any negative emotion, your state, you ask yourself, what am I focusing on? Am I focusing on something that happened in the past? Am I focusing on what I don't want to happen in the future? Am I focusing on something that could possibly make me feel bad right now? All of that stuff is negative manifestation. No, no, no. Do not focus on anything that you don't want. You focus on what you want to create, who you want to be. Now, the next step is, okay, now there is like wanting it and actually embodying it. So as long as you say like, I want to make $1 million over and over and over again, it will be true. You will continue to want to make $1 million. And so you say, I am $1 million business. Woo! Okay, so that's different, because if you repeat that over and over, that's exactly what you attract. You will not attract the wanting, you will attract the being, okay? So remember that the most powerful words that you can put out there for your manifestation are, I am, I am, I am. Right? That's like a really powerful vibration in the world, because there is no dispute in that. When you know who you are who you say you are, because you are who you believe you are, and you believe who you say you are, and who you say you are, you believe you are. You see it? You see it? So all that work gets to be on uplifting you. So make sure that you guys do these things. Number one, don't get yourself trapped in somebody else's marketing campaign. You get to be your own marketing campaign, and that's emotionally and mentally. So your emotions, you get to check your emotions. When they're negative, when they're pulling you down, you're caught up in something that hasn't happened yet. Trust that you are, because you can shift your emotion right now. Feelings are not facts. You can shift your emotion to something that will lift you up. And I would say, write down who you get to be, write down what you want to achieve, and frame it as if it has already happened. And then you repeat that over and over again until you get super excited about it, till you're pumped up about it, till you believe it, until you are vibrating it. And then pretty soon, other people will believe it too. And boom, you have manifestation. All right, you guys, so I hope that helps for your Mondays. Remember, you have the power. You have the power to shift your mind at any time. You have the power to shift from fear to faith. You have the power to shift from worrying to believing. You have the power to shift from negative emotion to positive emotion. It's all within you. You are your ride or die. From the day you're born to the day you die, you are with you. So do the work on yourself. I love you guys. Bye.